So here is the joint press statement of the Federation of Informal Workers Organizations and the Take It Back movement over the forced eviction, demolition and displacement of close to 10,000 people at the Oworoshoki area of Lagos State by the Lagos State government. Ladies and gentlemen, men of the press, greatest Nigerian people, we, the undersigned organization, condemned with strong vehemence the ongoing demolition of homes and displacements of poor families at the Oworoshoki area of Lagos by the Lagos State government. The demolition and burning of people's houses started on the 24th of July 2023, as at the last count, no less than 10,000 people, including women and children, have suddenly become homeless as a result of the demolitions that have affected the following communities: Precious Seed, Mosafejo Idiaraba community, that's Precious, Koka, Okieri, Odunfa, Lone, Agbara Jesu community, and Ogoluwa. Sadly, these communities have now joined the over 30,000 victims of forced eviction. Needless to say, provision of security, welfare, and shelter is integral to the fundamental aims and objectives of governments. For many years now, the Lagos State government has failed woefully to meet up with these objectives. According to a report by Business Day newspaper, Lagos accounts for about 5 million out of a total of 18 million housing deficits in Nigeria. Anyway, as I furthermore in this, I will say that this implies that the so-called commercial center of the country accounts for more than 31% of total housing deficits in the country. Hence, rather than increasing the already embarrassing statistics of homelessness in the state through thoughtless demolition, the state should massively invest in low-cost housing projects. Unfortunately, the regime is deliberately throwing close to 10,000 of its citizens to the streets at the time the country is grappling with unprecedented level of hardship occasioned by the astronomical increase in the price of fuel. This is not only very thoughtless, it is also an act and a severe act of cruelty. Forthwith, we call on the Babajide Sanwo-Olu-led government to put an end to the ongoing demolition exercise and onward compensate, including resettlement of the thousands that have been unjustly displaced, made homeless, and without property. We refuse to be the lamb that is sacrificed on the altar of insatiable greed of an elite minority. We can't continue like this as a people, and therefore we stand against this.
I'm one of the members of the CDA in Oworoshoki, where this demolition happens some days ago. We were so much worried concerning the demolition. Like myself, I've been in this area for about 41 years. When I started my childhood, I married there, I have my children there, which are even more useful to this community and more useful to this state in general. For this reason, we were worried about the demolition. We are now appealing to the Lagos State government, our able governor, that he should do something concerning this demolition. It has to stop, because we are many in that place. Almost about 10,000 of us are living in this community CDA, and the CDA was fully registered. We have our certificate. We were registered. Are we now saying that they want to remove us from the CDA community in Lagos State? The answer should be no, because we are registered. So we are appealing for our able governor, because once upon a time he was once like we. So it doesn't come from heaven. It's just a man like us. So now, opportunity, everyone has an opportunity. These children we are talking about that we are raising in that community, they will be better children tomorrow for this for this state. So for this reason, we are appealing to our Lagos state government for compensation for all these people that are the houses are demolished. We need compensation for them to live as a Nigerian, as a citizen. We have Yoruba here, there, we have other tribes with us, but notwithstanding, we are all human beings, and we at least we have a life to live as a citizen of this country. We are fatherly and motherly born in this country. So for this reason, we are appealing to the Lagos state government to have a look at it, to stop the demolition with immediate effect, because people are suffering in that area. People who doesn't know what is calling suffering, who don't understand what I'm saying.
Notice anybody. One notice àwọn tó wọ́n bọ̀. Akọ̀dédé ni wọ́n tó wọlé ní even gan mò ń sùn. Àwọn ọmọ mi wá pè pé àwọn mọ́tò kan wọlé, àwọn kan wọlé bá sáré dìde bá lọ síbẹ̀. Ìgbà tí máa débẹ̀, wọ́n ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ṣiṣẹ́, wọ́n ti ń dalé owó. Kó làwọn pípù ti wá, àmọ́ ibi tó ti wà. A bèrè lọ́wọ́ gbogbo èèyàn, wọ́n ní àwọn ọmọ wọn fún wọn ní nọ́tìsì o, wọn fẹ́ anybody ní nọ́tìsì, wọ́n kàn bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní dalé owó lọ. Nínú àwọn ará wa tá a dẹ̀ ti jọ wà ní community yẹn, ẹlòmíì ti lò 40-something years, ẹlòmíì ti lò 30 years, ẹni tó kéré jù ló máa lò bí 20 years níbẹ̀. Tó ń ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wá dalé owó, tó ń ríran rí wa ní gbogbo ìgbà tá à ń ṣiṣẹ́, tí gbogbo bẹ̀rẹ̀ rí bákan tá à ń ṣiṣẹ́ tá à ń ṣe wàhálà bẹ̀ wọ́n ríran rí wa o. Ìgbà tá wá ṣe tó wá di òkè, ní wọ́n ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wá rí wa, wọ́n wá sọ pé wọ́n fẹ́ lé gbogbo everybody kúrò ń bẹ̀. Kò dẹ̀ yẹ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀ jọ ẹ bá bẹ̀ wọ́n o, kán fi wá sílẹ̀ o. Ẹlòmíín sí ní gbogbo àwọn tó ń wọlé ẹ̀sìn, ibẹ̀ ló ń sùn o, tó ń da lálọ́nù borí, bí òjò ṣe ń rọ̀, bó tutù ṣe ń mú, ibẹ̀ ni gbogbo wọn wà o. Bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ti wá nǹkan ẹlòmíín tọrọ oúnjẹ jẹ kiri ni o, ẹlòmíín ò níṣẹ́. Nínú wa, ọ̀rẹ́ ni tí ò gbádùn tẹ̀sẹ̀ ò dá o, tí ò lè rìn, tí ò lè ṣiṣẹ́ mọ́, tọ́lọ́run dẹ̀ fi bò láṣìírí. Ẹni tó kéré jù ń bẹ̀ yẹn, bóyá òun ló máa bóyá ó máa jẹ́ bí 40 ló máa kéré jù bẹ̀. Àwa tó kù àgbàlagbà ní gbogbo wa, kò sọ́mọdé ń bẹ̀ mọ́. Wọ́n dẹ̀ wá ṣe lé fún wa ní láìrò tẹ́lẹ̀. Tó bá nọ́tìsì wọn nígbà wá ti lọ wájú tó máa wọ́n nọ́tìsì, wọ́n ṣe anything. Wọ́n kàn déédéé dà wá sí ọgọ́dù ń bẹ̀. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ abẹ̀ wọn o, kán ṣàánú kán fojú àánú wò wá o. Gbogbo àwọn ọmọ wẹ́wẹ́ gbogbo ń sìn, wọ́n ti àmọ́ èmi ìsìnkò mọ́bí tó ọmọ ẹ wà. Nígbà tí wọ́n dé, lọ́mọ ti sá lọ. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ kán ṣàánú wa o, ọ̀n rí lé gbé o, kò sẹ́ni tó rí lé gbé o. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ o, kò dẹ̀ sí owó dáhùn tó anybody máa fi gbalé o, fún wa fojú àánú wò wá. Ẹni tó bá máa ṣẹ̀tọ́ fún oníkálukú kó wá ṣe o, abẹ̀ wọ́n ni o.
Put what has happened in Oworoshoki in perspective. That this is not new, this is not the first time that the Lagos state government will be involved in whipsical eviction of citizens, law-abiding citizens of Lagos State. As far back as 2016, my organization actually did a field survey of evictions in Lagos State. And we discovered that actually since 1999, specifically, over 60 communities have been demolished. And hundreds of thousands of Lagos State citizens have been whimsically evicted without any offer of alternative provision. The 2016 survey we did was focused more on markets. We also discovered that 42 markets, as at 2016, had also been demolished. These are markets, including the popular television show that we all know about, and we know what they replace it with. And we all know the fact that up till now, that place is almost empty. This tendency towards gentrification, displacing poor people to make way for the super rich, mostly politicians, who have stolen public funds and now want to invest the public funds in these spaces occupied by working people. It's what we call gentrification. Must stop. And it's only Lagosians that can stop it. Nobody will come from anywhere else. That's my message for you. Nobody will come from anywhere. And it's only when we lift our hand to fight that God himself will help us. We keep quiet, God will be looking at us. The Jakande government continues to be a point of reference in this regard. Within 4 years, the Jakande administration built 16 estates One of them was just the biggest housing estate in the whole of Africa. They are the Sun housing estate.
Yes.
And they eliminated homelessness and slum dwelling for a whole generation in Lagos State. For 23 years, the few houses these people have built can only be bought by themselves. Who among us can afford 63 million? Is that not how they are selling their own houses? The few houses they are building. So we say that this must stop, and it must stop with you. You have a right to decide that it will stop with the Oworoshoki community.
There's a market at Evicted that was also demolished. Sabo market at Evicted. Well, that was in 2017. In fact, the Lagos State government, as at that period too, was rather invested in mass demolition of homes and markets. And I think then they demolished Yaba market too. Okay, that's why they decided to show market. But we intervened particularly at Evicted, and I can tell you for free that many people lost millions, lost properties worth hundreds of millions. Until date, very few, so many of these people have not been compensated. But indeed, as people of Nigeria, as an organization, we can no longer allow the government to get away with this spate of injustice on our people. And it is the reason that as a movement we have beyond other campaigns and other activities that we are going to do to ensure and press and make a demand on the Nigerian state to ensure, number one, that the communities and especially people who are victims of this demolition are compensated and appropriately resettled in decent accommodation. And we are not going to do this just with all social campaigns. We are also, as at now, as I said, we have directed and instructed our legal department to file a class action on behalf of the community to insist and press home these demands and ensure that the Nigerian government, the Lagos State government, does not get away with this injustice it has done to the people and poor people of Oworoshoki.
Ẹjọ́ torí ẹgbẹ́ abẹ gọ́vnọ̀ ó ṣàánú wa torí Ọlọ́run ọjọ́ tó wá ṣiṣẹ́ yìí mo ń ṣerun fún èèyàn níjọ́ náà nípa sáré pẹ̀lú wọn tí ń sun ilé mo ń sáré lọ́lé tí mo ń sáré kàtàkàtà àti gbogbo èèyàn ń sà àwọn yòókù wọn gbọ̀n bíkọ́sì ẹ ti sọ fún sí gbogbo everywhere ilé blọọkù wọ́n ń wo dànù wọ́n fi àmà wo ilé pákó wọ́n ń wo gbogbo ẹ̀dà náà jó níná ni iná direct náà jó attention tèmi kan fi délé pẹ̀lú gìrìgìrì àwọn èèyàn ti wà níta wọ́n ti wà níwọ̀n bọ́sà àwọn tó ń lọ́mọ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo wọn gbogbo akọ̀síkátà ni ẹrù gan wọ́n ju gbogbo ẹ̀ mọ́nú lé ni blọọkù náà bọ́ ṣe ń wo gbogbo ẹ̀ nìyẹn attention tèmi àtọkọ mi náà inú òjò yẹn pàwọ́ mọ́bẹ̀ ní gbogbo everything wọ́n ṣe àṣewà kọ́ ṣàánú wa torí ọlọ́ torí kò sí bí tá a fẹ́ lọ ibi àti àwọn ẹlẹ́gàn kò sí owó tá a máa fi gbalé olúkálukú wa akọ̀ṣẹ́ olúkálukú ṣáà ń sùn síbẹ̀ tá òjò pàwọ́ mọ́bẹ̀ ni àti òǹbà àti gbogbo ẹ̀ àjọ torí ọlọ́run wọ́n ti bá abẹ gọ́ọ̀nà wọ́n tẹ́lẹ̀ ní bọ́ọ̀lì tó ṣe wọ́n ṣàánú wa torí ọlọ́run kò sí bí tá a máa lọ àti jẹ àti mu ibẹ̀ náà láti ṣe tọrọ kọ́bọ̀ tá a ti ṣe kíní káàkiri ẹlòmíì gan kò rí oúnjẹ láti tọ́jú ọmọ ẹlòmíì gan sáré lóyún tó ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí wọ́n tún padà wá sí pápá ni pé kò sí ìkọ́tà àbọ̀ máa jẹ ebi ń pa àwọn so kọ́ jọ torí ọlọ́run ẹ bá bẹ gómìnà pé kọ́ jọ torí ọlọ́run kọ́ ṣàánú wa torí ọlọ́run kọ́ nǹkan tó bá fẹ́ ṣe fún wa bóyá wọ́n fẹ́ ká padà síbẹ̀ padà ni ọ̀dọ́ dẹ̀ fẹ́ fún wa ní little money tó fẹ́ fún wa pé kíní kan kọ́ ṣàṣe kankan fún wa because ìyà yẹn ti pọ̀ jù.
In 2018 or 2017 about they are prohibited land grabbing in Lagos, and what they actually come and do in Oworoshoki in the last 2-3 weeks have been authority land grabbing, and which was an avenue for them to take over the poor masses land, which have over 40,000 family households, 40,000 houses, and 10,000 houses, and a lot of people have been affected. We have one Dugbe Shegun that was, I think the guy is dead now, the 6-year-old boy, because of this issue. We have like more than 4-5 people, landlords, that have collapsed and met their untimely deaths through this issue. So we are using this opportunity to tell the Lagos State government, since they've denied that they are not part of it, the House of Rep member, the person of Obara Kafilat and Moyosore, came to the site yesterday, I think on Monday, to deny that the Lagos State government does not know about the demolition. Then we need to ask this question: who gave the order? Who carried out the demolition with the Lagos State Task Force? Who are those that sent them? Because they are cutting us short of some things we need to know as a community. Who are those that send them?